Hi, welcome back to the Love Luxury YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about diamonds. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like and comment. Hi, so let's get started. Talking about diamonds, there are many things that you have to take into account when you're purchasing one. And one of the most important things to take into account is whether or not your diamond is graded officially. And the world leading graders for diamonds are called GIA. The GIA stands for Gemological Institute of America. The GIA was set up in 1931, but prior to that, its founder, Robert M. Shipley, travelled to the UK where he undertook a course based on diamonds, a gemological course. He went to the Great Britain National Association of Goldsmiths Gemological Correspondence course, and this is where he honed his skills in diamonds. And the reason he felt that this was important was because he recognized that the industry, including himself as a jeweler, was not up to par with grading diamonds. It was just oh yeah, this is a such and such, it's got these kind of flaws in it. There was no solid grading on diamonds up until this point in time. He returned to LA where he set up his own training courses for other jewelers who were interested in grading diamonds. And that first course took place on September the 16th, 1930. And his first GIA lab was set up in LA in 1931. This was just the start of things to come for him and his family. In 1934, the GIA developed the modern jeweler's loop. So that was 1934. And then in the late 1930s, the 4Cs were introduced. So this is where the foundation of our video is going to go. These are very relevant and important just as much as they were then as they are today. The 4Cs are cut, clarity, colour, and carat, which would mean the weight. There was a whole ton of information for me to take on board when doing the research for this video, more so than my history of looking at diamonds and learning about diamonds in the past, because I wanted to have a little insight into the GIA itself, which I'd never actually looked at personally before. So you can see my little notebook is there just to help guide me through the video, just because it's very important when talking about a company to actually have your facts correct. So even today, the GIA is a non-profit organisation and they grade only unmounted diamonds. So if your diamond happens to have a mount or your diamonds happen to be mounted, then they would need to be demounted to be sent off to the GIA. And this should only be done at a reputable company. So you would come to a company like Love Luxury that has a sterling review base to know that the company that you're dealing with is a genuine company that will send your diamond off and that you will get your own diamond back. The GIA will grade any diamond from 0.15 of a carat upwards, and that is absolutely tiny. That really is a tiny little chip of a diamond. Obviously, they deal with much bigger diamonds, and I would say generally diamonds are above half a carat that are sent off to them for grading. A half carat diamond should weigh 100 mg and a 1 carat diamond should weigh 200 mg. That just gives you a rough idea of diamond weight. Diamond colour is based from a sliding scale that goes from D to Z, and anything beyond Z is actually considered a fancy coloured diamond. D, E, and F are completely colourless, almost like looking through glass. G, H, I, and J are near colourless. K, L and M have a faint colour. N, O, P, Q and R have a very light colour. And S to Z have what is called light colour. So D on the chart would be very crisp, very clear colour, and then from there it would go down to more yellowy browny tones of diamond. Clarity is also graded on a sliding scale the same as colour is. Now it's a little bit more involved and has to be regulated just as equally as all the other 4Cs. So the first two are flawless, which would be an F, and then IF is internally flawless. The next two gradings on the scale are VVS1 and VVS2, and VVS stands for very, very slightly included. The next two gradings are VS1 and VS2, which is very slightly included. The next two are SI1 and SI2, which is slightly included. Then the last three gradings are I1, I2, I3, which means included. So there will be multiple amounts of inclusions on these particular stones. To the layman, like yourselves and me, inclusions are tiny little flaws that sometimes are almost invisible to the naked eye. However, when you look through a loupe, you can see them. But some of them are actually very visible, and those would be under the included category. We have 5 gradings for the cut, and they are excellent, very good, good, fair, and poor. On poor gradings, you may see something called nail head or fish eye, and the nail head means that you will see a black center. It looks like a nail going downwards, and the fish eye looks just like that. It has a very cloudy look to the center of the stone, and it just has no excellence at all. So the last of the 4Cs is carat, and we slightly touched on that GIA will grade stones that are 0.15 and larger. Obviously, generally in shops, you will find stones that are half a carat that will have GIA certificates with them or any kind of certification, but it tends to go from half of a carat upwards. There are 2 types of certificates that you can get from the GIA, and the first one is called a dossier. Now, the dossier is a certificate just the same, but it doesn't have the diagram of any inclusions or the measurements of the diamond, so that's not present. You would tend to only go for a dossier if your diamond was 1.99 carats or below. The second is called the diamond grading report, and this comes as a full report which includes the diagram of the diamond, any inclusions, measurements, etc. And in 2012, GIA brought in the GIA e-report, which means that you would get your report solely online. And this obviously is great for the environment because it involves no paper or plastic. The e-report goes from 0.15 of a carat up to 2.99 and not above. So please bear that in mind when you're thinking of having a stone graded or you're buying a stone. If a stone is larger than 2.99 and somebody tells you that it has an e-report, they're telling fibs. So let's just briefly touch on the serial numbers that come with a GIA graded diamond. If you request, you can have the serial number etched onto the girdle of the diamond, and I will show you now where the girdle is. So as you saw, the girdle is the meeting point where the bottom of the diamond meets the top of the diamond, and it's that ridge that goes around. To have your diamond inscripted with the GIA number, the report number, is free if you obtain a dossier, but it's a chargeable service if you go for the more thorough diamond grading report. What I also love about GIA is that if you've picked out or handpicked a special diamond for your loved one and it's for a special occasion, you actually can have anything you want inscribed on it. So you can have a name, you can have I love you, and you can even have a memorable date inscribed on the girdle of the diamond, which really makes it super special. A GIA certificate comes in a plastic folder, and it's an A4 piece of paper that's laminated and folded 3 times, and each third has a different piece of information on it. It's on the first and second page of this document that you will see the serial number, and this is what needs to match up to the inscribed number on your diamond if it has indeed been inscribed. Each GIA report comes with its own barcode, and that means that you can make sure that the certificate that you have is the correct one for the diamond that you've got and that it's not been forged. I have an example of a GIA certificate here, and I also have an example of an EDR certificate, which is another company that grades diamonds here in the UK. We really hope that you're enjoying the video so far. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like and comment. I have a number of diamond items here at Love Luxury currently. This is just a small collection of what we have. So we have some pieces here at Love Luxury, and they range from unbranded, branded and downright special, let's be honest. I'm going to talk about the designer pieces first. So we have some pieces from Cartier, and the Cartier diamonds in the pieces, I have double checked and triple checked. They only use pieces that are graded between IF and VS2. They also only choose stones that have a color grade between D and H. So this is the relevant information you'll need to know for Cartier. I haven't found any information as to whether Cartier provides certificates with their larger diamonds, and I don't think that they do. It's just given that they will choose diamonds between those grading points. Next up, we'll talk about Van Cleef and Arpels. So we happen to have one piece here at the moment. We're very lucky to have one piece here at the moment that has diamonds in it. Now, this is a pendant necklace, and when I was doing my research, it seems that the VCA, Van Cleef and Arpels, standards are slightly higher in some respects for their diamonds than other houses. VCA only use D to E coloured stones. VCA also only use stones that are on the flawless to the VVS2 scale, so that's considerably higher than previously mentioned for another brand. VCA also don't provide grading certificates for their diamonds, as I have found so far. I could be wrong there, but I looked on the websites, I did my researches, we've had pieces come in, and I genuinely have never seen either of these brands come in with grading reports from GIA. So next up, we have 2 diamond rings. One of them in the white box is considerably larger than the 3-stoned trilogy ring in the black box. The 3-stone trilogy ring diamond is very clear and bright, whereas the solitaire diamond stone, which is considerably larger, has a distinctive yellow tinge to it. So we wanted to show you just how diamonds can see a colour to them. The centre stone for the Trinity ring actually has a GIA with it, and that provides us with the information we need to know about that particular diamond in the ring. So the centre stone of the Trinity ring is round, brilliant cut. It has a carat weight of 1.01 carats, and it's on the E grade for colour. It's SI1, which we know is slightly included on the top of the scale, and the cut grade is very good. The solitaire ring comes with no grading at all. It is a bigger stone, but it is not as good quality, which is slightly unfortunate for the stone. However, if you're looking for a larger stone and you don't care about cut color and clarity, then you can go for a stone in this kind of region. You will get it a lot cheaper than if it is at the higher end of the scale. We also have these illusion set diamond studded earrings. These have a GIA serial number inscribed on them, and this is for an E report. We have an absolutely beautiful diamond ring here, and it's just worth noting that the cut grades are slightly different when the stone is not round. This is a pear cut diamond. This is 4.15 of a carat, and the color grade is F, so it's very high up on the scale, and it's also classed as internally flawless, which is just down from flawless. The cut on this pear-shaped stone is classed as very good. So I'm going to show you the last piece of jewellery that we have to show you today, and this really is a very special piece. In total, it weighs over 50 carats of diamonds, which really is very impressive. This particular piece is graded by EDR, which is the European Diamond Reports Company that are based in London. Now, this bracelet has one large centre stone that has been graded as fancy light pink. Now, I've spoken to a number of people about this, and because this isn't a GIA certificate, you can't guarantee that that is the case. This could be a very light shade of brown, so you do need to be careful when buying stones and making sure that the larger stones, if they're classed as fancy colours, that the fancy colour is correct, because the difference between it being a light brown to a light fancy pink price-wise is huge. So the centre stone for this is also pear cut, much like the ring that we showed you, but it's fractionally smaller. This is 3.9 carats. As I said, the colour grade is natural light pink on the certificate, and it's graded at VVS for the inclusions. Surrounding the pear cut diamond are 13 round stones. These are called the shoulder stones. The total carat weight for these 13 pieces is 8 carats. The colour grading on the stones is between G and K, and the clarity is between VVS and VS. Next up, we have the remaining diamonds that make up the strap and the rest of the body of the bracelet. Now, these are marquise cut, so again, they can't be graded the same as round stones. There are 49 pieces in total in the marquise cut, and the total carat weight for these 49 pieces is 40 carats of diamonds. That's a heck of a lot of diamonds. And like the round stones, the marquise stone colours are graded between G and K, and for the clarity are between VVS and VS. So the total carat weight for these diamonds is 51.9 carats in total. Like I said, it's a whopper. It really is a beautiful piece. We have no provenance behind this piece. We don't know who it was made for. We don't know when it was made. We just know that this really is a very special piece of jewellery. So we've come to the end of our diamond video today here at Love Luxury. I'm Emily Abraham. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like and comment.